Before I tell you the ultimate productivity hack that will allow you to get every project done in the shortest amount of time, I will tell you what not to do. Please do not plan every minute of your day. A lot of self-help books suggest micromanagement of your time. They suggest things like creating timesheets that show what to do every hour. I even read a book that recommends planning every 15 minutes. This kind of planning is not sustainable. We are not robots that can function on a given algorithm 24/7. Even if you manage to follow such plan, you will eventually be exhausted and stressed out because of following a schedule non-stop. We humans like flexibility and we dislike schedules. Don't let your calendar rule your life. So you don't need micromanagement. You also don't need fancy markers, notepads, mugs, or devices to create a productive environment either. And certainly, you don't need to sign up for any app or service. Save your money and energy by avoiding these kinds of suggestions that promise efficiency and speed at the expense of time-consuming and costly ways. Lastly, never ever sacrifice your sleep to save time. The National Sleep Foundation suggests having at least 7 hours of sleep every day. Anything under will make you unproductive all day long. So what to do then? Here is the ultimate productivity hack. Reserve 2 hours of your day for productive work. That's it. It's simple. Just block 2 hours of your day. Work on your project, idea, invention, creation, or whatever you have in your mind in that 2-hour time frame. This is not the time frame in which you do tasks related to your full-time job. It is also not the period of time to spend with your family. It's only for projects or hobbies that will eventually change your life. You may spend this time writing a book, composing a song, developing a website, programming a robot, or crafting a prototype of a model car for which you want to do mass production in the future. You can start your productivity block any time of the day. 6 a.m., noon, after dinner, 9 p.m., before bedtime, etc. Any time works as long as you are focused on your objective during this time frame. Put your phone away, insert earplugs if there is noise outside, and if possible, do not take a break during your productivity window. 2 hours is the magic number for folks who have full-time jobs. If you don't work full-time, try to increase this window to 4 or 8 hours. And if you have a job that is more than a regular 8-hour shift, decrease the window to 1 hour. No matter what the circumstances are, try to have at least a 1-hour productivity block per day for a minimum of 6 days a week. On weekends, increase your productivity window as much as possible. If you want to go on a day trip or you are just not in the mood to do anything, it's alright. We are humans. Don't push yourself too hard in a way that makes you agitated. Being hard on yourself may cause you to hate your project or hobby. If you are not feeling like doing anything productive, take the day off from your plans and try to get back on track the next day. Remember, the minimum is at least 1 hour per day for 6 days a week. The optimum way is having 2-hour productivity window per day all week long, which means 14 hours per week. Imagine the things you can achieve by spending 14 hours per week on it. You can complete a masterclass every week to learn new skills. You can record and release at least 5 podcast episodes per week. If you write 200 words per hour, you can publish a new 100-page book every other month. You can create your own course, start your online clothing business, grow an Instagram account steadily, and become an influencer. Possibilities are limitless. All you need to do is to keep having productivity blocks. In his book, Be Useful, Arnold Schwarzenegger talks about a 20-hour breakdown. Let's say you sleep 8 hours per day, so there are 16 hours left. Let's say you work for 8 hours for your full-time job. Now there is 8 hours left in your day. Maybe you commute to and from work for 1.5 hours every day. That brings the remaining time to 6.5 hours. Of course, you spend time with family, including dinners. Let's say you spend 3.5 hours with your family. now 3 hours left in your day. And it's good to do a workout or run some errands for an hour. With everything accounted, you have 2 hours left in your day. 2 hours for productivity. By the way, I've been using the 2-hour productivity windows for years, and Arnold's book has come out recently. So it's not something I heard from the book. It's something I've been doing for a long time, so I personally tested it, and I saw the positive impact in my life. In addition to having productivity windows in your days, I have one more suggestion. Become a bookworm. Read at least half an hour every day. This is as important as having a productivity window. According to an article on Inc. magazine, a CEO reads 48 to 60 books per year on average. It means 4 or 5 books per month. That's the main reason why they become CEOs. They keep learning. Benjamin Franklin had only 2 years of formal education due to his father's low income. However, the lack of resources didn't stop him from learning. He read hundreds of books per year. These books helped him to become one of the most important figures in the world as one of the founding fathers of the United States. In your half-hour reading window, ideally 1 hour, 80% of the books you read should be non-fiction. 20% should be fiction. I call this reading diet. Your reading diet should be heavily based on non-fiction books because that's the fastest way to increase your knowledge. I'm not saying that we don't learn new things from fiction books, but most novels are for entertainment rather than learning. If you are having a hard time making it a habit to read every day, find a fiction book that you are very interested in reading. Everyone has a favorite genre. It could be romantic, post-apocalyptic, comedic, adventurous, or another type. Find your jam and read fiction in that genre every day. However, don't spend hours on that book, even if you are completely hooked. The fiction book is a bait for you to read non-fiction books. If you read 10 minutes of that novel, read at least 10 minutes of a non-fiction book. Try to gradually increase the amount of time you spend on reading non-fiction books. It's like promising candy to a kid if he or she does the homework. This kind of rewarding system or gamification works for adults too. That riveting novel is the candy. Another powerful way of going through more nonfiction content is listening to audiobooks. When we read a physical book or e-book, we often think about stopping after flipping every page. This is very common because most nonfiction books are boring. However, if you listen to an audiobook, you won't want to stop it often, and the narrator will keep going without a pause until the end of the chapter. Another golden tip about nonfiction books is to never stop reading or listening before reaching a point where the author changes the topic. If you put the book down in the middle of a page, the next time you pick it up, you will have to spend extra time trying to figure out what the author was talking about. This will add up to the boredom you may already feel about that book. If you ever feel like you don't want to read or learn regularly, think about what Henry Ford once said. Anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. The greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young. Let's summarize this video. All you need to make your dreams come true is to have a 2-hour productivity window every day and also read at least half an hour per day. I hear you. You are saying that you have kids, pets, commitments, etc. You are probably asking yourself how to free up 2.5 hours per day for productivity and reading. I will share several straightforward ways to save time in the next videos. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel so you get notified of my new videos. And let me know in the comment section about your thoughts on managing your time. Thank you for watching. See you next time.